Are you a member of a Toastmasters executive? If you are, then you need to keep track of your club's DCP progress. You need to track your membership growth. You need to track who did what at what meeting. And it can be quite tedious. Here's something that you could do, or you could use, to help make your administrative life much easier. Here goes. So we're using Google Drive, and I've created a file called the Game of Thrones DCP and Member Tracking 2024 to demonstrate. And I hope you're a Game of Thrones fan, and I think you'll appreciate my examples if you are. When you get to the document, there are 4 tabs underneath. You can see the README, which explains benefits, purpose, problem solved. It also gives a legend for what certain things mean. So for example, TT means Table Topics Master, MT Master, Toastmaster, and so on. And you're going to use that in, for example, this tab called the Member Role Tracking. The Member Role Tracking allows you to track your base membership when your term begins and the changes as the months go by. It also allows you to put in every meeting date. You can use it to schedule roles for future meetings, but more importantly, it allows you to specifically put in who did what and whether people were at meetings for any particular date. So here in one document, you see your current membership as well as their attendance. And not only did they attend, but what role they had. So for example, SP means this person was a speaker. That's Theon Greyjoy. And you can put a comment even. You can click up here and say insert comment and then write in, for example, whether the person, the title of the speech, who evaluated, which project it was, and so on. So that should be fairly clear. You can also use this to put contact information. Over here you have your DCP tracking, and if you've done this before, if you're familiar with the DCP, this is the standard look of it. But what's very helpful is it allows you to put in the names and target dates for particular members. And as time goes on, you can put comments and explanations to say whether things have changed. And in this last worksheet, you can actually show the progress for every member. As they complete a project, you just fill in the color. This is for the Competent Communicator Manual. This is for their leadership progress, and this is for their advanced communication manuals. And again, for every project that they fill in, you can insert a comment and put in what was the name of the title, who evaluated, perhaps they won best speech. And you can do this while you're in the meeting. You can decide whether it's the secretary who does this, or your VPE, or someone else. But the key to making this successful is that it's done while the meeting is going on. And the reason I suggest that is if it doesn't happen during the meeting, it's very likely not to happen at all. Now, to be clear, this format is not my idea. In fact, this template was handed on to me by my predecessor, the area director before I was area director. And it's been developed by other people, and I have just found it a great tool, because another great thing with Google is that you can share it with other people so that everyone's looking at the same document. You can give everyone in your club, in other words, everyone who's listed here, can have access to the document, and you can give them access, limited rights I should say. So some people can have editing rights, others can have, I can just show you here, let's say I put someone's name in. You can say the person can edit, comment, or view. And you also have the benefit of a revision history. So over here it says, let's see revision history. If you click on revision history, you can see who made what changes on what date, and you can even restore an old version. So you never have to worry about losing anything. What I would suggest you do is create a new document at the beginning of every term and manage it for the term, and then every year, every time the executive changes, there is a historical document about who did what in the meeting, in every meeting. You can even use this to track whether members are in fact making it to meetings, and you can create tables or formulas that can allow you to have stats that can be very helpful. So again, it makes life very easy if you use this every meeting, and you can use it to keep everyone that needs to be updated in real time. If an area director or a division or district director needs to see the progress of your club, all you have to do is give them access to the document, and they can tell by looking at the revision history. They can go to revision history and they can immediately see what date, what was the last date this document has been updated. And they immediately know whether they're looking at the most recent version, and they can see whether or not you're using it. So I highly recommend it. I hope you do, and I hope it makes your life easier and makes your club record keeping much more accurate. Thank you and enjoy.